Good morning, church. Today is Friday, the 5th of February, 2020, and I am right now under the what I believe is the Morrison Bridge. Behind me, that building that you see there is a church that meets in that yellow-red building, and directly across the street from that is the storage unit, the storage building, where you see that red loo all the way back there. You see that little red thing right there? That's a loo. It's a shitter. So, and right behind that is the storage facility. I just had a short altercation. It really wasn't an altercation. It was more like I guess a warning. Anyway, I had just gotten into the building, and some people were moving their stuff. I'm not sure if they were moving it in or moving it out. But anyway, I went upstairs and I heard some people moving their stuff into a storage unit. And so I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and close my door, and so that they can, if they're going to come through my hallway, they can, pass through and my door is not going to be in their way. And then on the intercom, I hear one of the workers saying, "You need to close the elevator door." He said it like 4 or 5 times. They were all the way in the back, so I came out of the storage and I said, "Hey, you guys need to go close the elevator door." I didn't know if they had stuff in there or not, or what was the situation. So I told them twice, "You need to go close the elevator door." They're asking for the elevator door to be closed. He said something, and I don't know what he said, but I went back into my storage, closed the door. The guy came out again on the intercom, "You need to close the elevator door." And then I came out and I said to him, "You need to go close the elevator door," because he couldn't hear it from where he was at. And then he came looking for me in the hallway. He walked by my storage unit, and I guess he went to close the elevator door. He ended up running into one of the workers, and the worker walked him back to his unit, and I spoke to him really briefly, but I kind of felt uncomfortable because it felt like it's as if he was doing it on purpose. He was stalling on purpose. I'm not sure what the motive was. I sort of felt like they wanted me to open up my storage unit so that they could see what was inside. And you know the whole story of Hezekiah, how Hezekiah opened his door for the Chaldeans to come in. King Hezekiah did, and not too long after that, the Chaldeans came in and took over the whole nation of Israel, because Hezekiah opened the door for them to see all of his gold and what he was doing. The only thing I had in there is all of my wet stuff, wet blanket, wet sleeping bag, wet tarp, wet cardboard. The newspaper I have to throw out, so I didn't keep the newspaper, so I threw it out. I was given a warning that the manager was against me. I'm not sure if it was the manager or the owner, but somebody was against me. And he asked me if I wanted a card, and he asked me if I was working there, if I was a manager. He came out and he says, "Well, it seems like somebody's sleeping in one of these units here," and I think he was expecting me to run out to defend the fact that I wasn't sleeping in the unit so he could see what was inside. So big guy, probably about like 6'5". I don't know what he looked like. I don't know who he was. I don't know what company he was working for. Not exactly sure what the intent or the motive was, but I kind of felt uncomfortable, and I all I said was just kind of like, "Stay away. I don't know who you are. I don't know what company you're working for or who sent you, but I don't need it. I don't need the hit." So I'm hoping that it's not one of the churches or one of the clan groups that's trying to remove me, because I'm dealing with it. Let me see, anything. I think that's pretty much the altercation for this morning. The manager against, or the owner against, I'm not sure which one. I think that's pretty much it. I was hit last night on Southeast Alder and Southeast Grand. I've shown you this before. That's Grand right there, where you see the vehicles moving. Go all the way 2 blocks down is where the old U.S. Bank was. And again, they came into the tent. I'm using the old tent, the old blue tent. They came out. They used it several times. I got up in the middle of the night, got cleaned up, put on some medication, read the scriptures, prayed, and fell back asleep, unfortunately, and they came back in and did the same routine. Gabriel is never going to repent of this sin, and that was not cool. Last night, the Lord told me to take go to Home Depot, and I think that's the one on 102nd Street, and find out from them if there is a structure like a storage unit. I'm going to show you something here. You see that thing over there? That big gray thing over there? That's it looks like a storage unit, right? And I think that's what it is. But they usually put debris in there. And he says to me, go to Home Depot. So I went to Home Depot, and I got hit several times by the staff. And when I asked them if they had a storage for $100, they basically said no. But if you go online, I didn't have this telephone with me. But if you go online, you I think some of their metal storage units are for that price. I would have basically ordered one, because pretty much all of the tents that I've had have been sabotaged. Yesterday, after uploading that last video, I went back to Blanchet, and I turned in the tent that they had given to me that was that had a hole in it, that didn't have the extra zipper like it was supposed to. And it was missing some other items, so I gave it back to them. And apparently, the guy took MacArthur's position, and it was John's idea to hit. At least that's what I felt like he was communicating. On my way, so out of Home Depot, I kind of lost it against the Queen and against MacArthur and against Franklin, against this whole process. Melinda was trying to tell me, I think she was trying to figure out what the process was, or she was telling me what the process was. And my conclusion of this whole process is it's a platform to give evil an opportunity to come out. That's my conclusion of process. Apart from God introducing himself, in the spirit, I think the whole process is an opportunity, a platform for evil to come forth and to rear its ugly head. In other words, it gives men, women, children, black, white, Asians, all peoples an opportunity to do evil. Very seldom do they do good unless you're in the homeless community and you're getting a sack. You're getting a sack lunch, or you're getting a toiletry bag. Apart from that, the whole process it's demeaning, it's degrading, it's a cut down, it's an oppressive. It's year after year after year after year. It's like passing on the baton from, it's like a relay of hurts, from one community to another community, from one person to another person, from one leader to another leader, from one church to another church. And it's just, it's a buildup of hatred. It's here comes my bus right there, number 6. And so, the whole process thing is so discouraging and demeaning. I think it's just pretty much ungodly, and the end result of it is not you fulfilling 1 Timothy 3 and becoming a godly man, but instead you become a godless person who end up losing your faith because of all the evil that's been done. Anyway, keep me in your prayers. I'll keep you in mind. God bless.